Hello students, Namaste, myself Vishwanath. Welcome to this quick revision session on biology for NEET examination. I have designed this program in such a way that I have selected the topics or the chapters which have got maximum weightage in the examination, and I am going to revise those chapters in the most precise way, and also I am going to discuss the question banks at the end of each chapters, and I have selected the questions which have appeared in the previous years, that is from 2014 to 2019. Okay, let's begin. Our first unit, that is ecology, it consists of 4 chapters, that is organisms and population, ecosystem, biodiversity conservation and environmental issues. And from this topic a student can expect nearly 10 questions, that is up to 40 marks. Okay, that is really a huge one. 40 marks. Okay, let's go with our first chapter, that is organisms and population. Before going on to that, I want to explain what an ecology is. Okay, so I have taken here an example of this flower, that is Dilonyx regia. This flower is known as Dilonyx regia, and it is commonly called as red gulmohar plant, or it is also called as Mayflower, which usually flowers during the month of the May. If you observe the flower, it has got 5 petals. Out of these 5 petals, 4 petals are this 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 petals are red in color and 1 petal is white in color. These 4 petals which are red in color, which helps for the attracting insects during the daytime for pollination, and 1 which is blue in color, which helps in the attraction of insects during the night time for pollination. So what this flower is doing? This flower is interacting with other organism for fulfilling its needs. This is what the ecology is. So these petals, through these petals, this flower is interacting with its surrounding environment, or it is attracting the insects. Knowing this is known as ecology. Now I'll give the definition here. The definition goes like this. Ecology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of interactions of organisms between them or with its surrounding environment. Interaction may be among the organisms. Interaction may be among the organism or with other organism or with its surrounding environment. This is what ecology is. Okay, understood? Ecology is the branch of biology which deals with the study of interactions of organism with its other organism or with its surrounding environment is called as ecology. Here I have given one more example, that is peacock. You all have seen the male peacock which has got very attracting feathers. What it does with this attracting feathers, it attracts the female peacock for copulation. Here again the interaction is between the 2 organisms. And one more thing is, one more example which I have given is here there is a monkey eating a mango. Why mango has to be so sweet? Why? Because if the mangoes are sweet, then the monkeys will come and eat that, and it throws the seed to the ground and the new plant will grow. So here this plant is interacting with other organism, interacting with monkey for fulfilling its needs. This is what ecology is. So, and one more time and last time I am going to define this ecology. This ecology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of interactions of organism among themselves or with its surrounding environment. It is called as ecology. Okay, and next, pioneers of ecology. Ritter was the first person to coin the term ecology, and Ernst Haeckel gave the proper definition for ecology. And Ramdev Mishra is regarded as father of Indian ecology because of his contributions to the Indian ecology. Hence he is called as father of Indian ecology. This one is important, dear students. Please note it down, or please keep in mind, he is called as not the father of ecology, he is called as father of Indian ecology. Okay, he is called as father of Indian ecology, Ramdev Mishra. There are mainly 2 branches in ecology. One is art ecology and another one is sin ecology. If we are studying only one particular species, only one species, and it's interacting with its surrounding environment, is called as art ecology. If we are considering group of species and its interactions with its surrounding environment, it is called as sin ecology. If we are studying only the single organism, single species, then it becomes art ecology. If we are studying group of organisms, then it becomes in ecology. And next one is levels of organization. There is each and every organism has undergone themselves into different levels. They have organized themselves into different levels. Those levels are called as physical hierarchy, biological hierarchy, and ecological hierarchy. What this physical, biological, and ecological hierarchy it tells is, in physical organization, protons, neutrons, and electrons combine together to form atoms. Atoms combine together to form molecules or chemical compounds. These molecules combine together to form cell organelles. This is physical hierarchy. Cell organelles combine together to form cells. Cells combine together to form tissues. Tissues combine together to form organs. Organs combine together to form organ system. And organ system gives rise to species. Up to here, that is biological hierarchy. And from organisms or a species combine together to form population. Population combine together to form biotic community. Biotic community combine together to form ecosystem. Ecosystem combine together to form biome. And biome combine together to form biosphere. This is ecological hierarchy, and this is known as levels of organization. Why we are studying levels of organization? Because in this chapter, this is mainly dealing with ecological organization. We have studied biological organization in the different chapters, that is in the class 11, and also physical organizations in the different chapters. But this chapter is mainly dealing with ecological hierarchy. In our first chapter, that is organism and population, we are going to discuss about the organism and species level, and also in the population level. So our first chapter is organism and population. In the next chapter, that is ecosystem, we are going to discuss about biotic community and ecosystem. Okay, and in our next chapters, we are going to discuss about biodiversity and its conservation and environmental issues, that is of different aspects. Okay, first in organisms and population, that is we are going to deal with these two levels. And one thing keep in mind, dear students, this chapter is only dealing with organism up to the biosphere. It is not dealing with biological organization, and it is not dealing with physical organization. Here I have given a brief representation of things which are going to appear in this chapter or in this unit. That is only these aspects, from organisms and species to biosphere. Here it is there is a small representation which helps for understanding. That is, you can observe here, there is an atom combined, proton, neutrons, and electrons combine together to form atoms. Atoms combine together to form molecules. Molecules combine together to form cell organelles, which has given rise to different cell. Within the cell, there are different cell organelles. Here, there is only the representation of cell. And from cell, it has given rise to the tissues. Tissues given rise to the organs. Organs has given rise to the organ system. Here, there is a complete organism. One complete organism which is formed by association of different organs. Okay, from this organism or species, here we are going to start with ecological hierarchy. It gives rise to population, which gives rise to the community, and again gives rise to the ecosystem, then biome, then biosphere. Okay, this is about levels of organization. And next we shall go with the definitions of all the terms of ecological hierarchy.
Now let's define the terms of ecological hierarchy. The first one is organism or a species. How can we define? It is the smallest unit of ecological hierarchy, okay, which performs all its life activities individually. It is not dependent on any other organisms. It performs all its life activities individually, like growing, repairing, regenerating, self-regulating, and also moving from one place to another place, and also it undergoes reproduction to give rise to the new ones. Okay, this is what the organism is. It is the smallest unit of ecological hierarchy which performs all its life activities individually, which has the ability to grow, repair, regenerate, self-regulate, and has the capable of autonomous movements. And new organisms are produced from pre-existing ones. This is organism or a species. And the next one is population. Group of individuals of same species living together in the same habitat at a particular time and can interbreed among themselves to produce new offsprings is called as population. Group of individuals of same species. If we consider lion, then group of lion forms one population. If we consider frogs, group of frogs form one population. If we consider plants, group of plants is called as population of plants. If we consider birds, the group of similar birds forms one population. This is what the population is. Group of individuals of same species living together in the same habitat at a particular time and can interbreed among themselves to produce new offsprings is called as population. Next one is biotic community. Group of organisms belonging to the several different population. Group of organisms belonging to several different population living together in the same habitat and interacting among themselves in many ways is called as biotic community. Means here only one population is there. Here different populations are there. See, here bird population is there. Here birds population is there. Here duck population is there. Here insect population is there. Here frog population is there. Fish population is there. Here group of organisms of different population is there. Hence, biotic community is group of organisms belonging to the several different population. These are all organisms belonging to several different population. They are all living together in the same habitat. See here, all the organisms are living together in the same habitat. Hence, it is called as biotic community. Next one is ecosystem. In biotic community, we considered only the living aspects. See, we considered only the different organisms belonging to the different population, whereas in the ecosystem, along with the organisms, we are considering physical factors like sunlight, air, water, temperature, etc. So ecosystem can be defined as biotic community along with its physical environment is called as ecosystem. Biotic community along with its physical environment or abiotic environment like air, water, temperature, sunlight, etc. Next one is biome. Suppose if we are considering a small area for our study, then it forms an ecosystem. And if we are considering a large area, suppose consider that we have got a project to study African continent, to study Asian continent, to study North American continent, then it forms an biome. If we are considering a small area for our study, then it forms an ecosystem. If we are considering larger area, then it forms biome. It is the largest regional or subcontinental ecosystem characterized by major vegetation types. This is called as biome. Different vegetations we can see like tundra vegetation, coniferous vegetation, desert vegetation, grassland vegetation, rainforest, temperate forest, etc. Biosphere. It is the life supporting zone of the earth. Life supporting zone of the earth is called as biosphere. Biosphere has three units: atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. Lithosphere is the earth, hydrosphere is water, and atmosphere is gas surrounding our environment, gaseous environment. An organism needs all these three components in equal proportion. An organism needs lithosphere, an organism needs hydrosphere, an organism needs atmosphere. All these three components are needed in equal proportion for the growth and survival of an organism, and that one is called as biosphere. See here, this circled portion is called as biosphere. Here we have got atmosphere, here we have got hydrosphere, here we have got lithosphere. It is the most favorable region. It is the most favorable region, means most of the organisms can grow here. Hence this is called as a life supporting zone. An organism cannot live deep inside the water. All organisms cannot live within the water. All organisms cannot live within the soil. All organisms cannot live within the atmosphere, but the organisms need all this in equal proportion. Then it is called as biosphere. Organisms and environment. See, our environment keeps on changing. Suppose the camel which is present only in the desert. Why the camel is present only in the desert region? Why it is not present all over the world? Why polar bears are present only in the polar regions? Why they are not present all throughout the world? It is because it is dependent on environment. Environment plays a vital role in growth and survivalence of the organism. Why there is a change in the environment? In desert the temperature is high, in polar regions temperature is very low. Why this is variation? This variation is mainly because of the temperature and rainfall. Depending upon the temperature and rainfall, we have got different vegetations, and when they are plotted on the graph, they occupy different positions. Suppose take the example of Arctic or Alpine or Tundra region. Here what happens is temperature is very low, and also the annual temperature is low, annual rainfall is also very low, hence it occupies this position. Next, if you take deserts, they have got high temperature but the rainfall is very low, hence they occupy this position. And suppose if you take grasslands, here grasslands temperature is bit higher when compared to the deserts, but they receive bit more rainfall compared to the deserts, hence they occupy this region. Suppose consider tropical forest. Here the temperature is medium and rainfall is also very more than the medium or high, hence this occupy this region. When we plot a graph of mean temperature on the y-axis and mean annual rainfall on the x-axis, we get these positions. And next one is niche. Okay, niche can be defined as each species of community lives in a very specific part of the habitat and performs its function very effectively. Means NEET is a place where an organism lives and performs its life activity most efficiently. Then that one is called as niche. Suppose take an example of a frog which is living in the water. It lives not completely in the water. It occupies one small position within that pond, and it lives there and it performs its life activities most effectively. The place where that organism lives is called as niche. Niche is a place when organism lives and performs its life activity most efficiently.